Welcome to Dealing with Debt, a webinar from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or CFPB, regulates the offering and provision of consumer financial products and services under the federal consumer financial laws and educates and empowers consumers to make better informed financial decisions. We recognize that libraries are a trusted community resource and that patrons often come to you with questions about a variety of topics, including money topics. The CFPB supports librarians by providing free publications, access to online financial education tools, program ideas, outreach materials, a partnership guidebook, and training webinars like this one, so that you can guide patrons to unbiased resources for information on financial topics. You do not need to be a financial expert in order to share these resources or to provide handouts and other printed materials in your library. Debt issues can affect many consumers. The good news is that for those who are struggling with debt, there are a multitude of resources and tools available. The purpose of today's webinar is to provide you with answers to questions you may get from patrons about dealing with debt by providing a quick overview of the types of debt and debt collection, and then introducing you to some trusted resources for information. It is important to note that the information provided during this webinar is not legal advice. In this webinar, we discuss resources provided by the CFPB as well as other federal agencies. This resource guide is provided for informational purposes and includes links and references to third-party resources or content that consumers may find helpful. The Bureau does not endorse, control, or guarantee the accuracy of this third-party information. Other entities and resources also may meet the needs of your patrons. The word debt simply means an obligation, usually in the form of money that is owed to someone else. Debt can be used as a tool to make a large purchase that could not have been made otherwise. It can also become a burden and prevent someone from moving forward with their financial goals. For our purposes today, we will be talking about tools and resources for individuals who are handling a significant debt load. Debts can be either secured or unsecured. Secured debt has an asset attached to it. The asset is given as collateral for the loan. When the debt is secured, a lender can take that asset if you get too behind on payments. Examples of secured debt include mortgages and car loans. Unsecured debt is not secured by an asset, such as medical debt, utility bills, credit card debt, or student loans. These types of debts typically go straight to collections. If a patron is worried about debt, it is important that they know which of their debts are secured and unsecured. It is important to remember that debt can be due to one or many factors. A large medical bill, an unexpected home or car repair, and a family emergency are a few reasons why so many consumers struggle with debt. Some of your patrons may be reluctant to ask for information to help them deal with their debt load, as debt is often stigmatized. The first resource we will look at today is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's Your Money, Your Goals Financial Empowerment Toolkit. This is a free resource that has information and materials aimed at assisting professionals at community-based organizations in having money conversations with the populations they serve. While this resource was designed for case managers, you may find it is a useful resource for library staff as well as patrons. You can download the whole toolkit and access individual modules or activities on the CFPB website. You can also order free hard copies from the CFPB bulk publications site if your community partners are interested in facilitating workshops using modules in the Your Money, Your Goals toolkit. The CFPB has recorded Train the Trainer sessions that can be viewed by your community partners to prepare for these workshops. The toolkit contains several tools and handouts covering a wide range of financial topics. These topics include starting the money conversation, setting goals, saving, tracking income and benefits, paying bills, getting through the month, dealing with debt, understanding credit reports and scores, choosing financial products and services, and protecting your money. During this webinar, we will focus on the Dealing with Debt section of the toolkit. In this section, you will find 3 tools that can be used by anyone who is interested in managing their debt: the Debt Log, Debt-to-Income Calculator, and Debt Action Plan. The Debt Log has a worksheet a patron can use to record all types of debt, the payments due, the total amount left to pay, and their payoff goal date. Using the total amount of debt recorded on the Debt Log, the patron can then use the Debt-to-Income Calculator worksheet to calculate how much of their income goes toward paying debt each month. This tool also includes guidelines on the recommended debt-to-income ratio for homeowners and renters. The Debt Action Plan tool describes 2 strategies for repaying debt: paying off the smallest to largest, or focusing on those with the highest interest rate first. A patron can use this handout to evaluate the pros and cons of each strategy, and then record their choice to start reducing their debt and making progress toward achieving their goals. The Dealing with Debt section of the Your Money, Your Goals toolkit has additional resources that address specific types of debt. These include worksheets on comparing auto loans and repaying student loans, a handout on avoiding medical debt, and a guide for what to do if a debt collector calls. These topics are also covered in depth in other sections of the CFPB website. Let's take a look. On www.consumerfinance.gov, under the Consumer Tools section, you will find a menu of financial topics that address different kinds of debt. If a patron is thinking of buying a car, they should look at the articles available under Auto Loans and the resources in the Getting an Auto Loan Guide. If a patron is considering higher education, they should check out the page on student loans and the Paying for College Guide. Since a common concern regarding debt is debt collection, let's take a closer look at the resources available under that section. On this page, you will find links to articles and tools that help individuals understand how debt collection works and what their rights are. Some people may not understand how to reply if contacted by a debt collector, their protections from harassment, or how to negotiate a settlement. The articles on this page are written in plain language and have clear step-by-step explanations of the debt collection process and an individual's rights within it. CFPB has also developed sample letters that patrons can use to respond to debt collectors if they need more information, do not owe the debt, want the debt collector to stop contacting them while the debt is being disputed, want the debt collector to only contact them through a lawyer, or want to specify how the debt collector can contact them. When dealing with debt, some individuals may seek to take out a short-term, high-cost loan, otherwise known as a payday loan. A payday loan is usually for a fairly small amount and comes due in a short amount of time. For instance, at the time of the individual's next paycheck. If a patron is considering taking out a payday loan, they should use the information on the CFPB website to learn about the costs and fees associated with these types of loans and decide if it is their best option. The CFPB recognizes that some people may have difficulty broaching financial topics. To assist with this, the CFPB has developed 4 colorful, compact booklets on the topics Behind on Bills, Debt Getting in Your Way, Want Credit to Work for You, and Building Your Savings. These free booklets contain a selection of simplified tools and information from the Your Money, Your Goals toolkit to make them more accessible. As a librarian, you may also be interested in the Library Resources page, where the CFPB has consolidated many resources targeted for librarians and library patrons. Here, you will find free publications for bulk order, online financial education tools, program ideas, outreach materials, webinars, and a community partnership guidebook. These resources help you guide your patrons to trusted information and resources. Let's look at how to find debt-related publications on the website. Click the link to Order Free Publications at pueblo.gpo.gov. You can then browse the categories available or type in the search bar. Under the Debt category, you'll see several publications available in English and Spanish. Items are available for download or bulk order and are free. Another federal agency with resources for information on dealing with debt is the Federal Trade Commission, or FTC. On the FTC consumer website, under the section Money and Credit, there is a page titled Dealing with Debt, with articles and resources about managing debt, credit repair, debt relief, and debt collection. The FTC also administers the website www.consumer.gov, which has quick guides on understanding financial topics. Under the section Credit, Loans, and Debt, there is a page on managing debt, with a short explanation of what debt is, key facts about debt management, and steps an individual can take to get out of debt. The website also has lesson plans, worksheets, and videos you or a community partner may be interested in using for workshops about getting out of debt. As a librarian, you may be interested in the FTC's free publications on debt, which are available for bulk order at www.bulkorder.ftc.gov. Like the CFPB bulk order website, you can select an item and quantity you would like to order, and then simply input your library's street address to receive your items. On the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC website, there is a quick overview of debt collection basics, including the protections available to consumers and actions a debtor can take when dealing with debt. The FDIC Money Smart for Adults program is an instructor-led curriculum that your community-based partners can use to provide your patrons with practical knowledge, skills-building opportunities, and resources they can use to manage their finances with confidence. One of the modules in the program is on managing debt, with lessons and activities that cover understanding what debt is and how it works, how to reduce debt, debt collection, and dealing with student loan, medical, and high-cost debt. The FDIC provides train-the-trainer webinars and videos to assist your community-based partners in quickly learning how to use Money Smart materials. In addition, you can also direct patrons to Money Smart podcasts or an online learning game, which patrons can complete on their own time and at their own pace. The National Credit Union Administration, NCUA, has free financial education resources available at mycreditunion.gov. On the Dealing with Debt page, you can find easy-to-read articles about debt consolidation, paying off credit cards, credit counseling and debt relief, dealing with debt collectors, and debt settlement and debt elimination scams to look out for. Another federal agency with materials and programs that may be of interest to you and your patrons is the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve has free educational materials available at www.federalreserveeducation.org. Materials include lesson plans, videos, infographics, articles, and online courses on several financial topics. tailored to many different ages and audiences. You can search the database of resources by age group or by topic. If you are interested in using any of the resources, you can download them or order printed copies from the website. This brings us to the conclusion of our webinar on dealing with debt. We have compiled all the resources referenced in this webinar on this slide and in the video notes below, which you can print to use as a quick reference tool. Let's quickly review. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's Your Money, Your Goals toolkit has tools to assist your patrons in assessing their debt, choosing a strategy for dealing with their debt, comparing auto loans, repaying student loans, avoiding medical debt, and a guide for responding to debt collectors. The CFPB website has articles and tools that can help your patrons understand how debt collection works and what their rights are. There is also a section with information for those considering taking out a payday loan. The CFPB has produced a series of short booklets to help start conversations about money, including dealing with debt. The Federal Trade Commission website has a page with articles on dealing with debt and free publications on debt available for bulk order. The FTC's consumer website also has information on managing debt. The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation website has a page on debt collection basics, and the FDIC's Money Smart for Adults program has a module on managing debt, with lesson plans and activities that cover different kinds of debt. The National Credit Union Administration website has a page on dealing with debt with easy-to-read articles about debt management and dealing with debt collectors. The Federal Reserve administers a financial education website with lesson plans, videos, infographics, articles, and online courses on several financial topics, including debt and budgeting. They also offer community development programs that are administered on the regional level. This is not a comprehensive list of debt management resources available, but we hope it serves as a good starting point for you and your patrons. For information on other financial topics, we invite you to explore the other tools available on the CFPB Library Resources website and check out additional CFPB videos and webinars on the CFPB Video YouTube channel.